The strength of any government lies in those who serve behind the scenes. And in Akwa Ibom, the workforce is being equipped to deliver effectively through efficient reforms and policies. My name is Ifeowabasi Okop, and you're welcome to Akwa Ibom Rising.
Akwa Ibom Rising.
At the heart of effective governance are workers that translate policies into impact. In Akwa Ibom, their welfare is not just recognized, it is prioritized. This includes digital transformation, fair compensation packages, housing benefits, job opportunities, amongst others. Join us today as we spotlight the reforms and policies that made the 2025 Public Service Week a clear reflection of Governor Umo Eno's commitment to empowering the workforce in Akwa Ibom. This program is brought to you by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Akwa Ibom State. Stay with us.
Akwa Ibom Rising.
From his very first days in office, Governor Umo Eno made no secret of his belief that the civil service is the backbone of government. In words and, more importantly, in action, he has consistently demonstrated that workers are not just part of the system, they are the heartbeat of his administration. In just over 2 years, the governor's commitment to workers' welfare has gone from policy pledges to clear, measurable outcomes in welfare, reform, and recognition. And this year's Public Service Week served as a glowing reflection of that progress. At last year's Thanksgiving, the governor set the tone for what has now become the hallmark of his administration, a civil service driven by efficiency and matched with competitive compensation. His speech laid the foundation for a new culture of dignity, reward, and reform.
I want to thank civil servants for the work you're doing, and you know you are the engine room of government. Without you, we can't really do much. If the civil servant chooses to frustrate you, they will frustrate you because they know you have time. You will soon leave and they will continue their work. But we thank you for choosing to support us, and particularly with the Arise agenda in all of your ministries and parastatals. So we thank you. One of the things we have decided to do is to improve our human capacity development in the civil service.
This year, at the 2025 Thanksgiving service held at the International Christian Worship Center, the governor was represented by the Commissioner for Finance and Supervising Commissioner for Special Duties and Ibom Deep Sea Port, Mr. Almond Bob, who reaffirmed the administration's unbroken commitment to building a stronger, smarter, and more appreciated workforce. He announced that over 60 billion naira of the inherited 90 billion gratuity and pension backlog, some dating as far back as 2012, has been cleared, with monthly funding mechanisms still in place to liquidate the balance.
Even more dedicated to their responsibilities. We will continue to prioritize the welfare of our workers, both serving and retired. And to date, we have paid over 60 billion out of 96 billion we inherited from past administration dating back to 2012. And stand poised to liquidate the backlog as more funds becomes available.
Also shared was the release of 2.5 billion naira to reactivate the suspended 7.5% contributory pension scheme, with special attention given to primary school teachers, a gesture that speaks volumes about this administration's passion for inclusion and equity. During the media parley, the head of civil service, Elder Effiong Essien, announced that a major technology-driven verification exercise ordered by the governor had flushed out 2,331 ghost workers and exposed 3,000 fraudulent pension schemes, a cleansing that has now paved the way for the recruitment of 3,000 new workers across the mainstream civil service, healthcare, and education sectors.
Let me also quickly report that His Excellency also approved verification exercise for public servants in Akwa Ibom. So this verification exercise for the first time included those in the main service, political appointees who are drawing money or salaries from government, the local government service, the primary school teachers, the entire public service of Akwa Ibom State. That allowed us to know the size of the public service of Akwa Ibom State. That also exposed to us those who did not turn up for that verification, and up to today we have not found them. And I want to report that during that exercise about 55,000 public servants were to be on the payroll of government, and out of that 55,000, less than 53,000 reported for that verification. At the end of the day, we had 2,208 people that did not show up for that verification. That opened avenue for more vacancies in the public service of Akwa Ibom State. And I want to also gladly report that at the heels of this public service week celebration, His Excellency the Governor, because of the shortfall arising from that verification, has approved recruitment of 3,000 workers into the public service of Akwa Ibom State.
With the Arise Employment Portal up and running, job seekers are now connected directly to government without third-party interference. And for those already in service, the governor has approved the 2025 promotion cycle, which is currently being implemented.
Workers to the main service of Akwa Ibom State, 1,000 medical personnel into the service, and 1,000 to the teaching service, that is teachers, the three categories of the public service. So 3,000 workers in Excellency have approved for employment.
This year's celebration also maintained the tradition of recognizing excellence. Barrister Victor Fabian of the Ministry of Justice and Ms. Imo Udofia of the Ministry of Trade and Investment were both honored with automatic promotions and 1 million naira performance awards for their dedication to duty and passion for results. The theme of the 2025 Public Service Week, Leveraging Technology for a Smart and Agile Civil Service, opened up a new chapter in public sector reform, one focused on efficiency, digital systems, and structural sustainability. The public service lecture delivered by Dr. Frank Ekpenyong, Commissioner for Science and Digital Economy, emphasized the strategic integration of technology into government operations
One of the significant features was the public lecture that we had that was on leveraging technology for a smart and agile public service. This lecture explained the new Akwa Ibom State Public Service as expected by His Excellency, that technology is applied to do some of the things that had been taking time to implement. Something like the payroll, it's now a smart payroll and integrated payroll system that all the salaries are processed on one platform. This has also helped to remove malpractices in the process of payroll.
Can we do verification without the drama, without the hustle? That's what we plan to do. It's huge. The governor's vision is simple. We need to start to verify staff embedded as part of a service. As you're working, you're verified. We don't have to have another special month where we say it's verification month. That shouldn't happen again. Why? Because we can leverage technology into the civil service. So that is what we're proposing today. And also, we don't want a situation whereby someone is appointed an SA, the commissioner, a PA, and is still earning 2 salaries. It shouldn't happen. Or we don't have a situation where people have 2 jobs. So again, that's a system we're proposing or we're working under the direct guidance of His Excellency and the head of the civil service, is to make sure we have a system that is transparent and is fair. We have a very transparent system. We call it the Unified Akwa Ibom civil service system. You can look at your payroll. You can do your payroll for your embassy interviews. You can understand how much you're paid. You can request for bank changes. You can do variation. I mean, you can own your system. It's almost a bank app style account, you know, which I think is huge.
A novelty football match between the local government service and the mainstream civil service ended 3-0 in favor of the local government team, while the road walk kicked off at the Idomesenkara Secretariat, ending with aerobics at the cenotaph. These moments served as reminders that a motivated workforce is not just productive, it is united. At the Thanksgiving service, themed Glorifying Thanksgiving, from John chapter 15, verses 1 to 8, the General Overseer of Precious Faith International Church, Reverend Emmanuel Iniama, delivered a powerful message, while the workforce, led by the head of service, presented a special thank you card to the governor.
To walk and we kill the land, we cultivate the land and take our ministry aside.
During his address, Elder Effiong listed several milestones workers have enjoyed under the current administration. Timely salary payments, SUV donations to permanent secretaries, housing allocation at Grace Estate for junior staff, and the steady flow of staff grants and promotions.
We can glorify God in many ways because it's been so good to the public service of Akwa Ibom State through our father, the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umo Eno, PhD. He has elevated the status of the public service. He has brought matters of the public service onto his first line charge. He's so friendly to the workers of Akwa Ibom State, so compassionate to the workers of Akwa Ibom State. That's why we have every reason to roll out our drums to celebrate.
Also speaking, the Dean of the College of Permanent Secretaries, Barrister Odwak Eyonsa, expressed appreciation to the governor and reaffirmed the loyalty and dedication of the workforce.
Your Excellency, we appreciate you for being a workers' service governor, the one that recognizes the leadership of government, the public service. Your Excellency, we appreciate you for granting approval to our dear day of service to celebrate us. We are very grateful to Your Excellency.
Mrs. Grace Akpan, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Culture and Tourism, and Chair of the Planning Committee, thanked all partners and contributors to the week's success, including Chief Faisal Hab, Dr. Frank Ekpenyong, Mr. Xavier Udo, and Sir Charles Udo.
About 10 years ago or more, we were all forgotten. The public service was relinquished to the background. We were not remembered that we are the engine room of government. We were not remembered that we oil the machinery of government. But God sent us a man who knew the importance of civil service, who knows what civil servants stand for in the scheme of things.
As the curtains fall on this year's Civil Service Week, what remains is the clear truth that the administration of Pastor Umo Eno is not just worker-friendly in name, but in sustained action.
Permit me, therefore, to use this opportunity to thank the organized labor in our state, headed by Elder Sonny James, for the grace, and our brother in the TUC for the great and harmonious relationship we have forged since we came on board. It has been a great and robust collaboration, and even when we seem to hold different viewpoints on some issues, the resolution has always been one of love, of mutual understanding, and without rancor or the use of intemperate or unhelpful languages. I salute and thank you for this.
We hereby acknowledge and appreciate you, even as the remaining approvals shall hopefully be granted by you today. These include, but not limited to, the following. Your Excellency, let me openly declare that we are in support of your government, and this newfound love will not go sour. The numerous achievements we've gotten from you, and many others too numerous to elaborate in this meeting, prompt payment of salaries and palliatives to Akwa Ibom State. This is very, very commendable. We shall not go after anyone looking for salary, for our Father has started, and he has started well. payment of gratuities to retirees of the states, local government, and the primary school teachers. Excellencies, we are here to appreciate you for this one item, reforms of contributory pension scheme. Your Excellency, in less than 11 months, you have ordered for the release and the payment of that money.
And I thank you for what you have done so far, displaying the people-focused administration. You have shown that the people of Akwa Ibom State deserve quality, affordable health care. You have shown that the people of Akwa Ibom State deserve great schools, and that is why you are doing all that you are doing in our schools. You have shown that the people of Akwa Ibom State deserve prosperous economy, and that is why you are taking steps to make sure that most of the multiplication of taxes are removed from our roads. You have shown that the people of Akwa Ibom State deserve to live in a safe and conducive environment. That is why you are putting all effort to ensure that security is put in place.
Because of Akwa Ibom State rate His Excellency the Governor, Pastor Umo Eno, PhD, very high. They have very high regard and pledge their loyalty to His Excellency the Governor because of what His Excellency the Governor has done for the civil servants of Akwa Ibom State through prompt payment of salaries, release of promotions, and entitlements of workers are attended to promptly. The workers are very excited because they have seen the governor as a father, as a workers-friendly governor, as a compassionate governor, as somebody who prioritizes the welfare of workers. He put workers' matters on the priority list of his administration. So the workers are so motivated now, and they enjoy working for. One attribute of His Excellency the Governor towards workers is being a listening governor. He listens to the demands of workers and attend to them promptly. That's why they rate him so high. That's why they would not think of going on any strike. That's why you have industrial harmony in the state, because things that used to make workers go on strike have been attended to. Sometimes His Excellency even surprised the workers. Take, for instance, payment of the new minimum wage. While workers were looking at 70,000 naira that the federal government benchmark, here in Akwa Ibom State, His Excellency on his own approved to pay 80,000 naira. That excited the workers alone. Workers loved the governor, and they would not think of going on strike.
In Governor Umo Eno, Akwa Ibom has not just found a man of words, but a steward of action. A leader whose policies do not expire after applause. A governor who continues to earn every passing day the title, the worker-friendly governor.
Akwa Ibom, rising.
The 2025 Public Service Week may have ended, but it reaffirmed that Governor Umo Eno's leadership is one that listens, responds, and invests in its workforce. This is where we bring today's edition of Akwa Ibom Rising to a close, and I hope you enjoyed every part of it. On behalf of the production team, led by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Ekerete Udo, thank you so much for joining us today. And until next week, keep rising with Akwa Ibom.
One, two, three. kare pene rone kene fre we